Hey everyone, this is Pete. Welcome back to Atari A to Z, a series of short playthroughs of Atari 8-bit games, some which I grew up with and some which are new to me. Today is one of the former. This is Pharaohs Curse by Steve Coleman of Synapse Software from 1983. This is a really cool game, especially when you consider how early it came out. And you'll see why. So it's a very early example, almost of what we describe these days as kind of being a bit Metroid-like, in that you've got a coherent game world that you can explore freely, move back and forth, collect things, find things that will help you gain access to new areas, and so on. So, yeah, your aim in this game is that you are the little jangly Indiana Jones type down there, and you are invading this tomb in an attempt to find all its hidden treasures. And the interesting mechanic in this is that as you wander around and collect the treasures, you get extra life for every single treasure you pick up. However, you start with no lives whatsoever, so you need to get right into collecting those treasures. And you see there's quite a lot of different hazards around the place. So those notches on the floor, those are traps. And you can set those off by walking across them. A bit like the sort of electricity traps in Bruce Lee, if you remember back to that early installment of this series. You see, just wandering over them, rather, causes that animation to play. And if you get hit by that animation, then you die. However, that also kills the enemies. So the grey thing is the mummy, and the pink thing is the Pharaoh. They are both capable of shooting at you. As apparently in ancient Egypt, everyone was armed with projectile weapons. There's also the flappy thing there. I forget the name of it. It has an official name, but I forgot what it is. Basically what that does, as you've seen a couple of times already, is if it grabs you, then it will randomly carry you to a different room. Which can sometimes be convenient, but more often than not is extremely inconvenient. You see there's lots of different hazards to deal with along the way. So you've got these sort of glowing, I don't know what they are really, but spiky things. Traps. They're just traps. Call them traps, because that's what they are. Yeah, those are dangling from the ceiling, so you need to time running past those, or stand between them. You've got elevators like this, inevitably with a trap at the top and bottom of them, just to be extremely awkward. You've got one-way walls like that one there. You can't pass back through that one. You've got ropes to climb. And just a generally awkward environment to get your way around. And this being an early computer platform game, you jump by pushing up on the joystick, which takes a bit of getting used to if you're not familiar with it. So that means in order to leap from platform to platform here, you actually have to push diagonally at exactly the right time. And as you can see, it's a pretty pixel perfect affair. Which isn't quite so bad when your pixels are this gigantic, but, you know, still a little bit fiddly. I really like the sound effects in this. I'm not entirely sure why your character makes the sound he does when he runs around, but it always made me sort of think of him sort of carrying a bunch of keys and coins and stuff and them jangling in his pockets. And there's that cool sort of creepy music anytime that the Pharaoh and the mummy show up. So lots of nice, clear, audible cues of what's going on. Now, this is one of many games from the era that I have literally never cleared the first level of, so bear that in mind while you're watching. We are doing quite well, though. You see the little purple blobs in the top left of the screen? Those show how many treasures we've got left to find. We've got a full stock of 5 lives at the minute, which is good. However, we're starting to get to a situation where we're going to need some keys. So you can probably see at the bottom right of this screen, there's those red lines there. That is a locked door. And you can only open that with a key, obviously. However, keys are a little bit awkward. They do respawn. However, if you get killed or carried off by the flappy thing, then you drop your key. Which is terribly inconvenient. Alright, let's see what's down here. You can shoot the flappy thing. It's quite difficult to do so, though. You'd also see a lot of those traps are connected together as well. So you set one off. Oh, dear. So you set one off, and a whole bunch of other ones go off at the same time as well. So you can use that to your advantage. So if you know what's going to go off when, you can time it to set them off. Just as the Pharaoh and the mummy are passing over them. Right, I'd like you to go away, please. Oh, that's right. This game also had a nice early example of an idle animation as well. So if you leave your chap standing there for a little while, after a moment, he'll just start jumping up and down and getting killed. Serves me right, really, doesn't it? Ow. So the actual level arrangement for this, if I remember correctly, is it's a 4x4 grid, and it wraps around in each direction. So in order to explore the whole thing, you need to figure out the connections between the rooms and the best way to get to them, and that's not necessarily just continuing in the same direction over and over. Oh, you... Yeah, that's not necessarily continuing in the same direction. Oh, I'm making a real hash of this, aren't I? I'm going to go this way. And then... No. As you see, you can also sort of game the system a certain amount as well. By taking advantage of the fact that rooms don't necessarily connect how you might expect them to. They're all treated as completely separate areas. And so just because you left the screen on the bottom left of one doesn't necessarily mean you'll appear at the bottom right of the next one. But there is some persistence, so you see that locked door is still unlocked. But the keys do respawn if you leave the room they were in and come back again, so you don't have to find a unique key for every door, which is nice. Oh no! Oh, tits. I'm determined to open that door on the bottom right, because I want to know what's in that direction. I'm rapidly running out of lives with which to do that. Need to stop getting mangled by those traps. Right, and jump. Wait for it. One key for me. time it so they are out of the way. Up. And through. Oh. Back to the title screen. Great. Thanks, game. Yeah, I remember liking this back in the day for the fact it had an interactive title screen. That's not something I'd seen before at the time. And in the early days of gaming, that's the sort of thing that was weirdly exciting to be able to actually wander around on the title screen or something. Obviously something we take for granted now because we have interactive credit sequences in all sorts of games now, from RPGs to stuff like Metal Gear Solid and that kind of thing. But yeah, that used to be a really exciting thing. It's like, wow, you're on the title screen, but you can move. That's amazing. This is actually, I think, the best I've ever done in this game, so consider yourself honoured to be watching. I know you do anyway, because you just respect me that much, but yeah. Please subscribe. So, collecting all the treasures is not the end of the game, believe it or not, despite this taking quite a while. Actually, collecting all the treasures, I believe, anyway, like I say, I've never done it. Collecting all of the treasures means that you just go on to the next level, which I think uses the same layout and rooms, but maybe more traps, more aggressive Pharaoh and Mummy. And I don't really know. Like I say, I've never seen it. So I only got 3 more to go before we can potentially see it for ourselves. Nope. Not sure where I've got left to go, actually. It's a 4x4 grid doesn't sound very big, does it? But it's quite surprising how confusing that layout can be. Especially when each room is so... I don't know if I want to say intricately designed, but each room has such a distinctive layout to it. Oh, never been here before. This is actually a room I've never seen. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I'll have a key though. Sure, why not? Alright. So a little mini puzzle in this room almost. How do you get down without just falling straight to the floor? Very nice. Alright, 2 more treasures to find. Can we do it? Probably not. But let's give it a good go anyway. Don't you shoot me. Right, I think we've got everything on this floor. So let's move down and check the next one. Ah, right. That's the really fiddly one to get, because you need to time it perfectly. And I don't know what the timing is. It's not that. I actually have no idea how you're supposed to get that. That's one that I've never been able to successfully grab for myself. I'm sure it is literally just a question of timing, of when you move and start going down that sort of spiky slope thing, but Yeah, I don't know. It must be possible. Must be. Nope. Ugh. That's where the weird wraparound doesn't help. Leave via the bottom. Reappear at the top. Of course. Nope. No. I've got places to be, Flappy Bird. No. Ah, oh, just missed. I also have no idea how you're supposed to ever get that thing at the side, because sometimes it turns into a sword and kills you, so you're taking a bit of a gamble anytime you go for it, and I'm sure it's not worth it. Right, this time. Oh, you prick. How irritating. I don't know, maybe going from the other side is easier. So, let's try it now. Too early. Or too late. One of those two. Crown? Crown. It gives you an extra life. And no points, apparently. So, really not worth it. Right, this time. So that's where one of the remaining two treasures is. I have no idea where the other one is. Right, wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, you absolute penis. But there's the other treasure. Oh. Oh. Good old 8-bit difficulty. You only have so much game, so you have to make it impossible to beat. No, it's not impossible. Like I say, this is actually the furthest I've ever got in this game. Oh, I'm timing that incredibly badly. Right, now there's literally one treasure left to get. And it is the pain in the ass one. Alright, let's figure out this timing. Now. Oh. Oh, not quite. Nearly. I was hoping that bit of scenery might help us to line up the timing, but no, not that generous, unfortunately. Leave me alone. I'm busy running around in circles. Oh no! Why you do this? Oh dear. This is not going to end well, is it? Right, this time. We got it. Watch this. No, that was clearly the wrong timing. Completely. I'm going to do this. I'm determined now. It's funny how certain bits of level design and stuff stick in your head. Like that room we were just in, the green and brown one. That's a level I think I will always remember. I don't know why, but it's always something I found the... Oh, so close. Always something I found the appearance of very distinctive back when I played this as a kid. And it's an aspect of this game that I will always remember. That and the jangly sound when he runs. You might also notice this is a proponent of the then popular style of having your falling tone dependent on your Y coordinate. So in other words, the further up the screen you are, the higher pitch the sound it makes when you are falling. Right, go. Come on! Oh, so close. Excuse me. Been playing this for so long and talking that I actually need a drink now. But I will not rest until this is done. We will go round and round in circles as long as it takes. You know, just to add insult to injury in this game, the first level isn't even level 1, it's level 0. So if you're unable to beat it, then you're the guy who couldn't beat level 0 of something. Right, I think we got it this time. So, now. Yes! Yes! Now what? What the hell do I do now? How do I leave? I thought that would just finish the level, but it didn't. Help. So I assume you have to get back to the title screen. Trouble is, I don't really know where that is. Right, it's not here. I think it's down 2 levels from here. Right, so if we go down here, that puts us here. Leap over that because it's a death trap. Make our way very carefully through here. Go down here. Over here. No, not that way. What about this way? Yes! Oh my god! I've actually done it! You've witnessed history in the making there. I finished level 0 of Pharaoh's Curse. And it doesn't take you to the next level. It gives you a code for level 1. Which is S-I-N, I guess? Yeah, alright. So, I'm not going to do a whole playthrough of level 1 here. I'm just going to have a quick look just to see how it's different. if at all. Or die. That's good too. Well, we've got a considerably more glitched out Pharaoh. Stop that. I think they might be moving faster as well. It's obviously going to make things a bit more dangerous. Ow. Oh, they're dead. Alright. Okay, so that's Pharaohs Curse by Synapse Software. I hope you enjoyed seeing history being made by me beating level 0 of it for the first time in my entire life. It's 37 years on this planet, and it's taken me this long to actually beat the first level. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. I'm very pleased with myself now. So I'm going to go give myself a pat on the back and a nice drink so I can stop coughing. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. New episodes of Atari A to Z are on Tuesdays and Atari ST A to Z on Thursdays. Check out atariatoz.wordpress.com for a full archive. Do please also check out my other projects moegamer.net, where I explore Japanese and Japanese-inspired games from yesterday and today, and videopackgames.wordpress.com, which aims to catalogue the small but well-formed library of the Philips G7000 Videopack computer, also known as the Magnavox Odyssey 2. You can also support my work on Patreon or buy me a coffee. You can find links to do both down in the video description. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.